Hey everyone, Antipeter1M here. I'm just testing how long I can last in this video with this silly headband on, and I'm going to explain why I've got it on. Basically, I walked in this shopping mall a few Christmases ago with this same thing on, and got a lot of stares. Not that many, just a few, enough to make me feel a little bit like I was getting attention. And that's the interesting thing about charisma on social media is that people will look at you if you do something a little bit different. And a lot of people don't want to do that because they don't feel that they want to exude difference in any way. They just want to be themselves, which is fair enough in a certain way, but it won't get you more followers. And I want to question the idea of why can't I get more followers? Why have I only got a certain amount of followers? And how can I be more like some of the people that I've seen on social media who really up their personality? And do I deserve to be in the same league as them without exerting the effort to change my personality? There's someone on Facebook and on TikTok called Harvey or Nate, sorry, who used to be one of my colleagues at the Wilderness Society, and he's got about 80,000 followers on TikTok, I think, and doing really well. He has half of his hair is shaved off on one side, and he has this comic character to him, which is kind of really appealing. And I was thinking, God, why don't I just do that myself and get more followers that way? Um, and I'm going to explain why I in particular am not inclined to be that way. And the short answer is trauma. Over my last 16 or 17 years, I've experienced a lot of trauma at the hands of the police and mental health authority. I've been in hospital 17 times and been in isolation, and that really drains you. It drains your energy and it drains your motivation in so many important ways. And even though I can function better now and I've had 6 years out of hospital, I'm still required to take medications which make me embarrassed to do certain things. An antipsychotic is a drug that I believe, theoretically at least, removes the dopamine moderates the dopamine receptors in your brain, so you can't feel dopamine hits in such a high degree. And I believe the science behind that is that it discourages you from doing wacky behaviors and that sort of thing, or having irrational thoughts. So obviously, being an involuntary recipient of this drug, I am not able to experience certain things, and most of my dreams are dreams in which I feel embarrassed in certain situations. I have a lot of these things. I recall a lot of my past actions which embarrass me when I think about them every time I wake up. So that's how terrible it is to be an involuntary client of mental health authority. Add to that the trauma of being mishandled and manhandled and bullied by the police, and being forcefully injected on possibly hundreds of occasions now. And it adds up to a personality which is pretty stunted and pretty unable to grow, which is what I am. You'll notice my graty voice as well. My voice has got grains in it for a reason. I used to shout a lot when I was a teenager, because my parents and my family, I should say, including my brother, my older brother, Leonard, would refuse to keep quiet while I was practicing the piano at home. And for that reason, I shouted at them a lot and tried to slam the door and tried to get them to be quiet and everything. They wouldn't do that. And I became very frustrated and shouted a lot, literally thousands of times, telling them to shut up, and became my personality and my style. So something that I really regret doing. And unfortunately, I can't get my normal voice back. So humans are complex creatures, and the part of the flame that keeps me going is the idea that I can, as mentioned in another video, leave a legacy, which showcases my artistic brilliance and so on. Because I do have that within me, but it's just that with trauma and with discouragement and so on, it's been suppressed, and I am unable to develop my talents. We live in a country which is so-called free, Australia, but it's not free in the sense that you can do whatever you like, just be a great wacky person and go out in the streets and do whatever you like. Even though it's not criminal, you still can't do whatever you like. And eventually they'll chase you up, put you in hospital, inject you, and make you suffer for what you've tried to do by being innovative in society. Can't even dance in the streets, that sort of thing. And that's why I think finding an outlet for my creativity is so important. And I believe that creating a legacy for myself is also has some importance, even though I've been discouraged from doing that by one of my viewers. And I'm considering what he's saying, but I have to think about these things and process the concept that I will not be recognized in the future, which is something quite new to me. This guy told me that I was egotistical or had egotistical sort of inclinations, and one of my other friends on Facebook, who I mentioned in a TikTok video entitled Benjamin Dunn, because that's his name, has also jousted with me for just in terms of my beliefs in veganism and antinatalism. So it's been a hard journey so far in the last few weeks, particularly. There are a certain brand or type of people who can see through the hardships that people have experienced and see the person behind all of that, which is amazing. People who don't judge me by my voice, for example, are some of the most compassionate people. People who don't judge me for my looks, but judge me based on my character and my values. These are the people that I value the most and I would like to be with on this channel. So you'll find me wearing the same old shirts every day for days on end. In my videos, you'll see when I've changed my shirts after a couple of weeks or probably several weeks because I don't want to wash them too often. My hair goes long sometimes. It doesn't look very well kept. And I don't beautify myself with skin cream or something like that. A little bit like Gary Vaynerchuk purports to do, although he's got, $300 million more than me. But he's very simple in his presentation. He doesn't dress up or anything. One would not expect him to really do that, but he has a lot of trinkets and stuff, so that's the thing about him. And I'm not comparing myself to him because he's a different person. He doesn't believe in animal rights. He doesn't believe in certain things, but it's interesting to kind of work out where we are in relation to each other. So I still have some of the old facial expressions that I had when I was a kid, a very charismatic kid, lots of energy and vibe, and people loved me in a certain way because of my charm and just my general energy. But I've lost so much of that, and I can get it back. It's just that, as I mentioned at the start of this video when I was wearing the headband, it would take a bit of kind of shoving myself to work in the charisma field. But as it is, I'm boring people out with the way that I speak. But hopefully I'll find some new grounds to develop myself and my personality. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay, guys, bye for now and have a nice day.